So powerful. And right before you mentioned the part about the ego, I was looking at a quote that you had said because you had mentioned the abundance, and I'm just going to read it, back to you. You said once, prosperity is your birthright, and in every area of your life, you hold the key to more abundance than you could possibly imagine. In fact, anytime you imagine yourself living in abundance, you're actually determining your life through this most powerful natural law, which is the law of attraction. It's important to remind people that this is what nature is, this is what you have. And when you start thinking these other thoughts and talking about the recession and talking about the lack, you're focusing on that, but that isn't the natural state, is what you're saying. Natural state is all this
No.
other wonderful stuff. And don't be
Yeah,
fooled. Okay, right. That's not a few lucky people in the
exactly.
world. That's your natural state. Right.
Yes, and all you have to do is check in and see how you feel when you're listening to people talking about the recession. I mean, you don't feel good, and so there's your clue, because when you're not feeling good, like, law of attraction doesn't discern. If we focus law of attraction, we're asking for it, we're inviting it. So if we focus on something, like, that's the incredible power that we have. Wherever we put our focus, we will create. So if we can see something here in our mind, and I think Bob Proctor said this in The Secret, see it in your mind and you'll hold it in your hand. And it's the opposite to what we would think. We just think we have to do all this action in the world. We've got to kind of force the world into shape. No, that is not the way to do it. See it here, sit on your sofa, sit on your chair, see it here, feel it here as though it is done, and then move out into the world. And the universe will just part seas for you. Like, it's absolutely miraculous when you're seeing it happening. With The Secret, like, I just couldn't believe it. What took place with The Secret, like the way that it spread and what happened, I mean, was absolutely incredible. But we had seen it all in our mind first.
And what do you say to the critics that come in and say, well, that you can't just sit on your sofa, Rhonda, and think about $1 million and it comes into your account? I'm sure you've heard all these people before. And they say, well, it's not that simple. And I tried it myself and it didn't work. And I know someone it didn't work, and that's why they stopped doing The Secret. And what do you say to the people, the logical people, the people from the normal world that look at this and just, they throw it under the bus. They say that's just a bunch of woo-woo stuff that doesn't work.
I'm totally fine with them feeling that way and coming to that conclusion. I'm not looking to have a world where everybody thinks the same and believes the same. And I think that's one problem we have in the world, is that there's an expectation of people. You need to believe what I believe, otherwise you should be stamped out. And I just think for all of those people who have tried it and it doesn't work for them, and they're saying it doesn't work for them because the law is infallible, but they're saying it doesn't work for them. I am saying that's fine. You get to choose how you want to live. And I'm sharing this with you. You can take it or you don't have to take it. You can use it and you don't have to use it. It's whatever you want.
You say, ask, believe, receive. If someone is struggling with the concepts of The Secret, would you say to them, even as feedback, would you say you're not really believing? Is that what you would say it is a lot of times? Is that you're not really believing? Or what do you think people not mess up, but maybe it takes time to get into the process? Like you said, it took a year for you. What would you say about some of those? Is that second one the hard one for people to do?
Yeah. Second one is the hardest one. Ask is easy, but ask is important too, because most people don't even ask, because they don't think they can have or be or do their dreams, live their dreams they don't think they can do it. And so ask is really important, because ask is like saying everything is possible and there are no limits. So ask for what you want. And so get really clear about what you want and write that down, and write it down or just get clear about it. And then you need to believe that you have it already.
Okay. Now, with
And
with the
believe-
ask, I just want to clarify this because you've said this before. I think you can't just say I want to be rich. You're like, be specific. Like, I want X amount, or I want this to happen, or I want this per. You say to be specific, right?
Like you can, yes. It depends on the person. I mean, for somebody to say, I want to be rich, I mean, what does that mean?
Yeah, I know.
You know, like Wallace Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich, that was, his book was about being rich in every area of your life. It was not just about money. And so, yeah, I think you need to be clear. Like I remember the wonderful woman who started Spanx, she asked for $1 billion idea.
There you
Right?
go.
That's
Yeah.
specific. That's specific.
Yeah, that's very specific, and it's very
Right,
different than
yeah.
than a $10 million idea. But the universe,
Yeah.
if you said rich, the universe would be like, well, what do you want? I can give you that or that. But there's a big difference,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, you have to feel it as though you have it, and you know, you have to believe it. So believing is the hardest, but also there's so many ways to believe. Affirmations, visualization is incredibly powerful because you're seeing in pictures, and law of attraction is responding to that. Like if you visualize something, it would absolutely manifest if you did not have a thought that contradicted what you visualized. It would manifest fast. So the important thing is not to have any contradictory thoughts, like it hasn't arrived yet, because law of attraction is duplicating everything. So if you're thinking it hasn't arrived yet, law of attraction will make sure it hasn't arrived yet.
Right.
So it's like an echo, you know, it's like everything, it's taking every single thought that we believe and presenting it in our life.